Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the Self-Developed YouTube channel. Let's go guys, where you from? Comment it down below, as well as the time and Self-Developed Army. You guys know what's up. Anyways guys, a bit of a different energy right now because it's actually my birthday in a few hours time, so very relaxed. You know, I'm only going to be filming this one video. Normally I batch videos, I'll be completely honest, but right now I just have this one in mind. We're hanging. Maybe it's because I'm in the hoodie, got the tea over there, and let's run it guys, give some value. So with that said, in this video, I believe I titled it, Just Speak Up Bro, or How to Start Speaking Up More, right? Now this is to all my empath brothers out there, or sisters. This is to all the individuals who have been people pleasers, not because they necessarily wanted to, but it's because it was kind of beaten into them by default. You know, you guys must understand that for the majority of times, being people pleasers is not by choice, right? It's kind of like a personality trait that is triggered and what's the word I'm looking for? Essentially born, right? Kind of like created, like forged in a dungeon through abuse, to be honest, right? So for myself growing up, being a little personal with you guys, a big reason I became a people pleaser subconsciously, and I guess consciously, is because I got threatened to get beat up quite a bit while I was younger. A few instances, one of them though was really traumatic, and it lasted for a couple of years where this one guy just, you know, out of insecurity and jealousy, it's really that simple. He was just insecure, I guess, by the girls I was getting, and of course he was bigger than me, and he fought, and I didn't. I was like 12 years old, right? And he threatened to beat me up multiple times, and these were serious threats, not just some like this guy wanted to meet up and would try to meet up. Like it haunted me for about 2 years of my life. And bringing it full circle, being a people pleaser, you know, these traumatic events, guys. And if it sounds silly, I guarantee you have them as well. We all do, right? These traumatic events really fester inside of us, and they change our entire perception on reality. And because of that, bringing it full circle, we become people pleasers because we want to avoid these traumatic events. I mean, it's really that simple. This is another big reason why people on the flip end become abusive. It's really the same thing, guys. Traumatic events. Maybe something happened to you, and instead of fleeing, right, wanting to run like I did in that case, maybe you wanted to fight. Maybe that was your option right at the time. Maybe you couldn't run, right? Maybe you had an abusive father and like, what are you going to do? You can't run. So you had all that anger festering up within you. We all have these demons and traumatic events, period. So in this video, I want to give you guys my recent experience of really beginning to speak up finally. Maybe it's because I'm turning 23. My birthday's in a few hours. Maybe it's the new energy of that. It's actually a full moon going to be tonight, the day of my birthday. Maybe it's a whole bunch of things, guys. It's just life creating this pull. So here's what to do. So guys, as of late, I have had the impetus, the stimulus to begin speaking up, to set more boundaries, to assert myself, to really come back into that frame pre-traumatic event, right? You gotta understand that. Anytime we're insecure, we act out of jealousy, we're abusive, we are this. It's just past traumatic events, like I made it very clear, right? So the answer to this, guys, to begin to speak up more, to cultivate your truth in whatever realm that is for you, is to, number one, identify, this is very important, identify what these traumatic beliefs were. What happened to you? Like, I was very evident and clear with you guys. I said I got picked on and threatened to get beat up for multiple years of my life, and that fucked me up pretty bad. So find out what your demons are. Don't be ashamed of this, man. We all got them. So find out what that is, number one. And number two, very, 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 very important. I want you to remember a time in your life, even just a small smidgen, right? Just a little tiny sliver of it, of a time where you were assertive, you were speaking up, you were not abusive or angry, whatever it is for you, your pure form. Because I guarantee you, no cap, there was a time, period. There was a time before the traumatic event where you acted freely. How do I know this? Well, as children, it's a perfect example. Children are some of the most pure, this is why they say children are the closest things to God. They're some of the purest beings ever. They haven't been fucked up by the world yet. Really no traumatic events. So find a time, maybe it's when you were a child. Maybe for me it was, I think back to around 16 years old or so, where I had this massive just spurt of assertiveness, of just really feeling myself, getting into my root chakra. I'm not sure why. I'm sure I was reading assertive books at that time, assertive books. But then think of that time. This is very important. And I'm going to make separate videos on the psychology of this. But once you have that sliver, you now begin to change the loop. Now, what do I mean by this, change the loop? What you guys must understand is you have become passive, you have become abusive, you have become a people pleaser. Not necessarily by accident. It didn't just happen one day and you woke up. No. You created this perpetual loop, right? You at some point had a traumatic experience, delved and created some thoughts, and began to believe those thoughts as true. right? So maybe my thought subconsciously, and this is very deep, guys, get a notepad. My thought subconsciously was, well, I shouldn't speak up because I may anger some people and then get beat up, right? Like I told you in the past. What eventually happened is that subconscious belief became my reality. I then formed, kind of like you created like a monster of being a people pleaser, and this is now your entire reality. So the reason I say find just a sliver of that time where you were not the people pleaser, you were your purest form, whatever that is. Maybe you're trying to apply this for fat loss, right? You've been fat your whole life. Well, find one time where you were lean. I guarantee you there was at least one time. You were a child. I'm sure you weren't born fat, right? Just find some kind of sliver when you didn't have this so-called problem. And what happens is you're now going to create a new loop. You're going to begin taking any and all actions, very small, with that new perception of reality. Remember, what were you saying back in that time? When I wasn't a people pleaser, what was I saying? What was I wearing? What was I dressing? Begin to expand that sliver of consciousness. That's essentially what we're doing, right? You've been fat your whole life. You've been a people pleaser your whole life. Just find a sliver. Maybe it was only for 2 days out of your entire life that you weren't. Find that and embody that. And it will grow, and it will grow, and it will grow. And by creating this new loop, essentially what we are doing is stimulating and reprogramming our subconscious mind, or you could say our RAS, our reticular activating system, and then therefore confirmation bias, the way we view reality, you see. I'm not going to go too deep into this video on the psychology behind this, but essentially what we're doing is we're creating and taking this thought pattern and widening it till it eventually becomes our reality. And I can damn well say to you guys, I've really been implementing this tactic or strategy this past week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, without knowing. I needed to. I'm in situations where I have to. And my life has changed dramatically. No cap, it has. Because I'm now tapping into that version of myself, and I'm expanding that, and I'm believing that to be me. Because it was you, it is you, it always has been you. You're not being fake. You're just removing all the crap. You understand? It's like being in a room that's pitch black. Just find the light, even if it's a fucking smidgen. Find that light, understand that it is possible, there is fucking light, and expand it. Hop into that. What were you saying? What were you feeling? What were you believing? Begin taking action on that. Start small. And it builds, and it builds, and it builds, and it builds. So that is it, guys. That is how you begin to transform your entire life. I don't care if this is speaking up more, being more assertive. Maybe this is ridding yourself of insecurities and jealousy. Maybe it's, not being as triggered in life. Maybe it's being more abundant financially, mentally, emotionally, in whatever area it is. This is neural reprogramming at its purest form. Number 1, find the traumatic beliefs in old stories, the bog, the smoke, right? Just notice that it's there. I'm in a room full of clouds. This isn't me. You understand that? Find the light. Find the light. Even if it's just a smidgen, find the light. Find the real you. Find the pure form. Once you find that, expand. By expanding, it's taking action on that pure little light. Let it build. This is essentially reprogramming your subconscious mind, changing your RAS, creating a new reality for yourself, which I'm going to make videos more in the future. If you guys are interested in this stuff, I'll really go deep. I've really been applying and learning this the past few weeks, and it has been I'm very surprised at how fast it's worked. Very surprised. The power of belief, when you believe something and you find that smidgen of light and widen it, it can grow fast. Very fast. Very fast. But again, I'll make more videos on that. So I hope this helped, guys. If it did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'm sure I'll elaborate more in depth on this. And as final plugs, guys, if you'd like to work with me at maybe topics just like this, maybe speaking up or improving your mindset, really just reprogramming your subconscious mind, or improving your health, your relationships, finding your passions and turning it into a business, there's always one-on-one coaching. We still have some spots available, guys, as well as the workshop, all right? We're going live very soon, and if you'd like to join, it's 4 one-hour calls each week, right, with a private Facebook group. And finally, guys, we have the self-development course. It's passive online, you're 4 hours long, and you guys have been loving it. Everything at improving your fitness, nutrition, intermittent fasting, no-fat, meditation, cold showers, early rising, increasing masculinity to dramatically improve your relationships, define your passions, and turn it into a business. Link below, guys, if you want to level up. Thank you. Have a fantastic day, guys. Comment down below, happy birthday. Just do it, man. Let's go. I'm literally 23 Wow, in 3 hours, less than 3 hours. It's cool, man. So, that's it. Thank you, guys. Love you all. Till then, much love. Peace.